All right, so here we are at the last S of Sharks, and this S stands for systems and time management, okay? So it's very important that you come up with appropriate systems and you're managing your time wisely. A lot of times as a new team leader, you don't realize that you now own 3 separate businesses. You have to break your Lovewings business down into 3 separate businesses. And the first one's gonna be your personal sales business. The second one is going to be your recruiting business, because you constantly are wanting to build your team and you're constantly going to be replacing those that are taking a break from their business or are just not simply working their business or go inactive, all right? And the third type of business that you own is your team business. So it's important that you are giving each part of your business that equal amount of time to make sure that they each flourish. I notice that when I spend a lot more of my time on my personal sales, my team sales or team growth may suffer. Vice versa, when I'm focusing on my team sales and helping others, my personal sales go down. So you really need to come up with a great system that works for you in order to manage your time wisely. So this is going to be really difficult to individualize for everyone because all of our schedules are different. Some of us have children, some of us have full-time jobs, some of us go to school. So you really need to sit down with either your mentor and or board member and kind of figure out if you're having a hard time, you're struggling with time management, getting some tips and tricks on being able to manage that effectively, okay? So you also want to realize another big frustration that a lot of new team leaders have is that they have 1 or 2 or 3 new team members join their team, and then a couple months go by and 1 or 2 or all 3 of them go inactive. And I want you all to know that this is completely normal. And the reason why that's normal is because, again, number 1, you are learning again as a new team leader how to manage all of those parts of your business effectively. So a lot of times new team leaders, I'm not saying this may be you, but a lot of new team leaders, they'll sign up a downline member, a new recruit, and they'll continue to go on their way with their own business and kind of not know how to train them, kind of expect them to learn the ropes themselves or to attend the training of their upline, and they'll sort of rely on their upline to manage their team, and then that person kind of fluffs off, okay? So you need to make sure that you know that that is completely normal for your team leaders or your team members to join you just as quickly as they may disappear, okay? And not to let that discourage you or to tell yourself, oh, I'm just not gonna recruit anymore. I'm not gonna build a team because my team members just go away, okay? I wanna kind of give you a correlation here in that building a team is just like a numbers game, just like it is with your parties. So it's a numbers game, just like it is with your parties. So if you come into contact with 10 people at a party, the likelihood of you booking 1 or 2 or 3 parties is much higher than if you come into contact with 3 people at a party, right? You're not gonna maybe have the same success rate the more people you come into contact with, right? The more successful you're gonna be. Just like the more people you ask to have parties, the more people you will have parties. All right, then you're gonna have these parties booked, and the more parties you have booked, the more parties that will hold. So just because you have 3 or 4 parties on your books for the month of February, March, June, whatever month it is, doesn't necessarily mean that all of those are gonna stick. So it's a numbers game. The more that you have, the more that are going to stick. And the same goes for your team, your new team members. The more that you have, the more that are going to stick. The more you're going to find that diamond in the rough that wants to build this giant empire just like you do. The more that you find, the more that you're going to find that want to do that. Okay, hope that makes sense. All right. So when you're talking up to your new team members, you want to know their goals each month. Okay, so you want to know what it is that they are shooting for. I kind of covered this in the first S. You want to know what it is that they're wanting to do with their money. You want to know how many parties they're able to do per month or per week. And you want to know that each and every single month. You want to be communicating with your team members. Communication is definitely key. Okay, so I suggest, this is a very simple system, I suggest that you at least reach out to your team members, whether you have a small team or a very, very large team. This specifically works with larger teams as well. It's very efficient. And you come up with a system where you're reaching out to them 3 times a month, at least, minimum. Okay, and that is, you're going to have them reach out to you, or you're going to reach out to them and ask them what their goals are. If you have a team Facebook page, this is something that you can ask of them to respond. They can send it to you privately, or if you have a team Facebook page with other teams, then you can send them private messages. You can encourage them to comment maybe on your uplines post so that they know that you're involved with the reason behind these goals. Okay, so you want to know their goals. So this goes along with reaching out to them on the first of the month. Okay, then this also gives them an opportunity to tell you, oh, this month is crazy, I'll be traveling a lot, or it's my son's birthday and my daughter has this, or I've got a lot going on with school, maybe it's finals, etc., etc. So you kind of get an idea of where they are going to take their business that month. And if they're struggling, if they want to do more but they don't know how, this is again the opportunity for you to be able to discuss that with them. All right. Then again, this system works really well, especially if you have a large team. If you haven't heard from your downline, if you haven't heard back from them, or if you want to do a midway monthly check-in, I like to do this on the 15th of the month, okay? So this is especially good if you have a consultant on your team that maybe hasn't had any sales yet, maybe hasn't had a party yet. They may be feeling discouraged, so you can reach out to them on the 15th of the month, and this gives you the chance to give them different ways to earn sales, to get sales so that they are continuing to stay active and make money, most importantly. Or maybe it's giving them an opportunity, a way for them to have new ideas to book parties. Okay, so 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks is still ample time for them to get another party on their books. And if they don't have any, this is a great time for you to challenge them and to give them sort of homework to work towards before the end of the month. All right, then the last time you should be reaching out to, or not the last, but minimum, last time you can reach out to your team members is 1 week before the last day of the month. 1 week before, so 7 days. So again, this gives them a little heads up. Hey, I want you to know that you've got 7 days until you've got 1 week until the end of the month for you to push any more sales. Maybe if they are going to go inactive, you can give them ideas on how to up their sales or how to reach out to their friends, family, or past clients, and just making sure that they're on the right track. You never want to wait until the last day of the month to say, hey, I haven't talked to you all month. How's it going? Do you need help? Because they know that you're simply trying to get them to maybe place an order, which there's nothing wrong with that, but this is a great way a simple way for you to make sure that you are reaching out to them consistently. You also want to reach out to them every single time you have a team meeting in your area and let them know, hey, there is a meeting, I'll scoop you up, come with me, or just encourage them to attend, because we all know how important it is to build relationships with other team members. And it's so amazing to see when you start to have your team members make these long-lasting, amazing friendships with other team members. You know that they're in for the long haul because they see the support. They're getting encouragement and motivation from other people other than yourself. And this really, really helps along the lines with team unity. And again, that longevity of your team members. Okay, so one other thing that I would suggest, and I'll end you with this. Again, this is just a couple of different ways that you can set up a system or time management. Have them contact you after every single party they have. Okay, so have them reach out to you privately. You can either offer them some sort of a contest doing this, but it's a great way for you to see when they're having parties. You know when they're having parties, all right? It's also a great way to figure out if they are consistently not booking parties from other parties, or maybe you know, they're booking a lot of parties, but they consistently have lower sales, and you'll be able to see those in a pattern when they're reaching out to you, so that you can figure out and brainstorm ways where they can increase their per person sales or party sales, or maybe they need to increase their attendance, etc. So by having them reach out to you, it really kind of gets them in the routine of doing that, so that you can help them grow their business. Okay, and always, 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 one of the best tips that I can give to you as a shark is to always ask for help. So if you're struggling with certain team members, or you're not sure what sort of advice that you can give to them, or you're struggling with that time management, you can't seem to get it all done, maybe you've signed several new team members and that's a first for you, and you don't know how you can train them individually. Whatever comes up in your business, always remember that we are all here for you to help you. We've all been in your shoes. We've all needed to reach out and ask for help, so don't be afraid to do that. Okay, congratulations again on your amazing accomplishment, sharing the Love Winx love, and I cannot wait to continue this journey with you.